Mr. Chawla, you are a senior Theosophist. How you were first inspired to be in the company of a Theosophy, and how did you initiated your Theosophical study?
In fact, right from the beginning, even in my younger days, I did have some interest in matters like Theosophy and other spiritual subjects. What is man's life? What is his aim of life? How to realize that aim? I was interested. This interest went on growing, and this was encouraged by my way of life till I reached in 1958 at the age of about 35 years. And then I came across the Theosophical Society literature and even some people who were members of the society. I talked to them and I found that yes, Theosophy had something which I was very deeply interested in, and so I became a member of the society. That was in 1958-59, sometimes about that. I was fond of reading, and then I had a lot of time. So I read most of the books on Theosophy and found that they were very much according to my own temperament. What is life? What is the aim of life? What is realization of oneself? So I was very much interested. So in 58, when I became member, 1958, at the age of 35, when I became member of the society, then I started reading books, joining the meetings, joining the talks, and also started giving some talks according to my understanding at that time. So this went on till now. I find that this life, realization of one's object of life, is something very big, and this is the real purpose of my life. My service gave me a lot of time to think over these things, and this interest went on growing.
Now, what benefits you got out of the Theosophical
Yes.
study? We are more interested in knowing what are the Theosophical benefits, or either it is mental or it is what sort of things you got in the right perspective.
You see, each man has his own nature, and he has in himself some purpose for which he is living. And this interest was in me right from the beginning. It went on growing as I went deeper into it. So that was, what is the purpose of life? What are we doing? Of course, we have to do some service. We have to earn our living, and for yourself, for your family and other things. But then the question is, what is there beyond them? Is it just earning, or what is there? See, every mind has some questions, and these questions, right, inherent are in the mind. So these questions, when you find answers to them, you feel satisfied. When I read books on Theosophical Society, I found that they were answering my questions. So I went more and more interested in them, in those books, and I read them. So that is how I went on developing. And now, you see, I am 87 years, and it is about 50 years since I joined the Theosophical Society, though the interest was there even before. So I have read most of the literature of the Theosophical Society, and I have understood them.
How many books have you read? Which books you have read?
Almost all the books written by Annie Besant. She has written so many books. Study in Consciousness.
Which is the best you like?
Yes. Study in Consciousness is a book which is very deeply written, and an understanding of it needs a lot of deep thinking. That was a book which interested me and drew me towards reading more books of Annie Besant. So
And what else writer attracted you in the Theosophy?
yeah. Then we have got members of the Theosophical Society, like we had Brother Sriram is there, some other members who had written books. I was reading them. I became a member of the Theosophical Society, started attending the conferences.
Have you read Secret Doctrine or
Yes.
Madame Blavatsky?
Yes, Madame Blavatsky. I read not the whole book, but a summary of that Secret Doctrine. That gives me how deep she had gone into it.
And there are small books by Madame Blavatsky.
Yes.
Have you read that pocket
Yes.
books like?
Yes, I have read about 4 or 5 books by her. Immediately I cannot give you the titles of them, but then I was interested and was reading Madame Blavatsky, then Annie Besant, then I read books by Bishop Leadbeater, their books there were there, Brother Sriram. So all these books created my interest till I felt very much satisfied.
So what benefits in 50 years you have got out of the study of the Theosophy?
Number one, it has answered the many questions which were there in my mind.
For example?
What is the real aim of life?
Okay.
Is it just earning money?
What is the next?
Well, and then how do you go deeper? You see, your mind, there is a treasure inside you. And we see it out a little outside, and then as we go deeper and deeper, we find many other questions which are discussed in books, but they are inside you. And the best way is to think over them. And when you read a book, and
how did your body reacted while you got your answers, and what was the best experience you had?
Yes. I have been a quite physically also quite an active man in my life. You know, in my student days, I was a national.
No, but my question is that what was the best experience you got when you got this experiences in a better way, or you got your answers right? So what was your experience?
Yeah.
How did you feel it?
First thing was, you see, the very big thing is, it answered many questions which arose inside me. And these questions, once they are answered, then they create more and more interest to go inside you. I went deeper and deeper into myself until I found that I had a store of knowledge inside me, and I had to discover it. I had to bring it out. And this led me to what is called meditation. This meditation, you see, it takes you right in the inside of you. And inside you is the treasure. You are looking at the treasure inside you that creates interest in you to go deeper and see what is there. So as I went more and more inside, questions arose. And I was feeling interested.
Have you gone through certain samadhis like Sabhi Samadhi, Sampragyat Samadhi, Asampragyat Samadhi, or something like that?
You see, I do not exactly know the many names which you gave to samadhis, but then I have gone into them. Don't ask me what names they were. I have sat when I was quite absolutely away from the material world.
So you got certain bliss out of it?
Certain?
Bliss out?
Yes, yes.
So
and more and more interest in it.
Okay, thank you very much.